All right, welcome to the Holistic Health and Weight Loss Docuseries Day 1 Q&A panel. I am Pamela Pedrick. I am the creator and the host. I am a registered nurse and a certified health coach. I have my master's in counseling. Today we got some speakers that are from the docuseries who are going to answer your questions. So you can unmute yourself to ask your question, raise your hand. You can post it in the chat as well. Now, not every speaker who's here today had their presentation released today, all right? But we're going to tell you what day it's going to air so that you can make note of that as well. And Karen loved that too. And so for the speakers, I just ask if you answer your questions verbally and not in the chat, because the replay, they're not going to be able to see the questions or the answers in the chat. So speakers, I just ask any questions that you're answering that it'll be via unmuting yourself as well. So I'm going to start with those who are on for today, whose sessions were released for today. We got Dr. Neha Zupan. Welcome, Dr. Neha. And so her session was all about reclaim your life through energy mastery. So if you could just tell us who you are and what you do so that they can get a little more familiar with you.
Hey, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Great. Excellent. So I'm Neja Zupan, coming from Slovenia. Slovenia is the only country in the world that has love in its name. You will
Awesome.
remember this. Yes, you will
Awesome.
remember this. Yeah, that's very awesome. And love was the most important ingredients of my own healing. I was diagnosed with cancer, aggressive form of ductal hormonal dependent cancer. And because of all my female ancestors passed away for cancer, I decided that I will go my way. They all accepted chemotherapy, hormonal therapy, radiation, and I was the only one that actually went my own way. And this is what I'm speaking all about. It's about energy frequency, and that means that raising energy frequency of energy brings you health, brings you vitality, brings you um, uh, everything what you want. Good relationships brings you even success wherever you want. Before I was only working in Slovenia. It's a very small country, 2 million people, but now I'm present internationally. So the cancer was not like that at the beginning it was like me being dealing with cancer, but at the end appeared that I was actually transforming myself. And since we are talking here about very important people in very important areas of life, it's really, really important for you, especially that you raise your energy, that you take care of yourself with high energy frequency, that you can manage everything what you go, what you actually offer to other people.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And so Neha's gift is the energy frequency map. Tell us about that. It's a self-assessment quiz.
Yes. Would you like that I go through this self-assessment, because a name tells it already. So you go. It's not just self-assessment; it's also energy practices that I do every day. I work with a lot of people. Of course, now my clinic is growing very much, and I already have 5 co-workers, therapists, and other co-workers. So they're more doing work of treatments with people, but of course we are taking care of people that are in in challenging situations in their lives. So we need to take care of our energy daily. So these practices, these energy exercises are not just energy exercises, but they are initiation of your energy frequency for the day. So if I'm doing this every day,
Mhm.
going through
Yes.
this really difficult, life-threatening situation, I only had 5% chances to survive according to um, orthodox medicine, so
Yeah.
allopathic medicine. So I'm really keen to initiate myself every
Yeah.
single day into really high frequency energy, not
Yes.
just for myself, but also to help all people that turn up to our clinic to help them. And I'm really much helping. I have my own school, actually academy, where I'm teaching professionals and business people how to keep this
Mhm.
energy frequency really high, and
Yeah.
how to recognize leakages of the energy in your, not in just in your life, but your in your aura, in your mindset, in your emotions that are flowing through you every single day.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Karen's nodding her head. I'm like, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. Then we got Jenny. Jenny's presentation is today. She's talking about one size doesn't fit all, stress relief that actually works for you. Hi, Jenny.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well, doing fabulous.
Oh, I that was great hearing
Yes,
hearing about that. Sorry, my cat is going nuts, and I don't
that's
know why.
okay.
She just jumped up here and she's
I
been
love the
recording,
cats.
and she's normally pretty low maintenance, but not right now. She's needing to be some attention. I don't know what she
She's
was.
feeling the overall collective
I
energy right now.
guess needs to conjure up too. Yeah, I don't know, but so yes, I've been a nurse for 31 years now, and 20 of that has been in hospice and end of life care. And, that coupled with my own burnout, and then my mom's death, that I believe was due to a lack of self care, has really made me passionate about being able to work with others who are so busy caring for everybody else that we tend to put ourselves on the back burner. And feel like it's selfish, or we'll get around to it, or we don't need it. Um and I just, I love being able to see that kind of light bulb come on when people understand that, hey, like, really, I can fit myself in here, and I
Yes.
can do it in ways that don't feel like another full-time job. But I think the biggest approach to that really needs to be looking at what matters most to you as an individual, because it's not one size fits all. Things that may help one person feel really, renewed and restored and taken care of, may be irritating to you. And so it's taking the time to figure out, like, what is it that matters most to me, that fills me up at this season in my life? What do I need? And understanding that, that can change from time to time, and
Yeah.
depending on what's going on, and just having a plan in place so that, when those things come up, because we all have those things that come up out of nowhere, in addition to all of our normal day-to-day uh, issues and stressors, and just all of the plates we're juggling. So
Yeah.
I encourage people to, know ahead of time what it is that's going to help you feel better, what's going to help you have that peace of mind, that's going to
Mhm.
help you show up as the best version of you. Because when you're in the thick of it, that's not the time to figure it all out.
Yes.
You need to have that kind of planned out ahead of time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so Jenny's gift is the Busy Nurse's Guide to Stress Less.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. And so it's a quick action guide, because I know that the people who really need to decrease their stress are the people who aren't going to take a lot of time to figure that out. And so it's a quick 5-page guide, and it's built to just kind of get you thinking about things. There's not a lot of groundbreaking information in there, but it's having that in a way that just reminds us that it doesn't have to be something new and complicated in order to be effective.
Yeah.
And so there's some quick exercises in there, and also some journal prompts, and then ways that you can get more information as well. But
Great.
it's meant to be something that's just quick and actionable.
Great. I love that. Quick and actionable. Thank you, Jenny. And then
Well, thank
today,
you.
Katie Cooper, her presentation released today, she's talked about from drain to thriving, the quick stress reset. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so I am an occupational therapist by background and a health and wellness coach. And being in the healthcare industry for the last 17 years, a lot of my experience echoes what probably many of you have felt, those moments of burnout where you just don't have any more energy. You feel so drained, you are barely functioning, feel like you can't do well in any of your roles, right? And so um, my presentation is about how to very quickly and effectively turn off our stress response throughout your day so that you don't feel like you need hours of your day to take care of yourself, because we're all busy, right? And it's hard to fit it in. Going to the gym for an hour feels great, but we don't always have that time. So how can we manage our stress effectively in quick ways? And that is what the presentation's about. And my gift, actually, Pamela, I don't know if you want to mention the gift before
Yeah.
I go into that.
If you want to, 10 quick self-care ideas for busy healthcare professionals is her gift.
Yes. And so I really talk about self-care as a form of stress relief. In the media and like social media, uh, self-care is seemed like we need to go get facials and massages and spend
Mhm.
lots of money, but self-care is really little things we can do throughout our day to manage stress, turn off that stress response, allow our body to rest and recover from the stress that we feel every day that is going to come at us regardless of the changes we make in our life, right? There's always going to be stress there. So this guide it's almost like a menu of like quick things you can pick that fit into your day, that feel good, that turn off that stress response, that help you relax and recover from your day. And you can kind of pick and choose what feels good for you.
Great, awesome, thank you. Then we have
Yeah.
Karen Del Maestro. Sorry, I probably jacked up your last name there. And Karen's presentation is called Rescue Yourself, the 3 C's of Boundaries.
Yeah, Karen Del Maestro. So don't worry about it. It gets messed up all the time, Pamela. So first of all, I want to thank you for putting this event together.
Absolutely.
This is so needed amongst this community, and I can relate to everybody that has spoken already. So I really want to thank you, because these are our first responders. These are the people that are there when we need them. So I'm a health coach. I have been working in health and wellness for over 22 years. I'm also a breast cancer thriver. And I shifted my health coaching practice when I was diagnosed with breast cancer 8 years ago. And I specialize in working with women after treatment has ended. When the rug feels like it's been pulled out from under you, and you're like, what now? What now? Many of my clients are these first responders, and that's not a mistake. There is actually something called the Cancer Personality Trait List, created by Dr. Douglas Brody, who studied tens of thousands of cancer patients. And some of the personality traits on there are the responsible people, the dutiful people, the people who spend their lives taking care of everybody else and not themselves. That doesn't mean if you are that person, you're going to be diagnosed with cancer. So don't think that. But one of the things that I recognize for me, and it was an aha for me, is somebody that has always eaten well, exercised, like done the right thing, was there was something missing from my own personal self-care. And that was this element of boundaries. Now, I like to think of our body as a teapot. It's the Brit in me coming out. And the amount of energy that we have every single day is the amount of tea in our teapot. Now, if we're one of these first responders, all day we're pouring from our teapot into everybody else's teacup, right? And so what happens to our level of energy? It depletes. Now, on top of us pouring into other people, we also have energy leaks, as Dr. Neha mentioned. We have these energy leaks, physical leaks where your body's feeling drained, mental leaks where your mind won't stop, emotional leaks where your heart feels heavy, relational leaks where people are pulling your energy, environmental leaks where your surroundings are draining you, and even spiritual leaks where you're feeling disconnected. And so boundaries are like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with something called a tea cozy. Again, it's an English thing. If you think of a bobble hat, a knitted bobble hat, a tea cozy is like a bobble hat for your teapot, right? And so boundaries are not hard. They're not walls. When they're done correctly, they're like a tea cozy for your teapot. They help stop these energy leaks so that you've got more energy to pour into others, which is what we all want to be doing. I know that that was something that for me, I wasn't willing to give that up.
Yeah.
That's who I am at my core, is somebody that helps to take care of others. And I believe that everybody on this panel is, and everybody that is speaking in this whole summit is, and the people who are attending. So boundaries are not an either or. It's not me or others. It's an and. We get to do both. But in order to do that, we need to be able to set boundaries that are in alignment with who you are. That means they're not mean, they're not rude, they're not disrespectful. They can be kind, like that tea cozy, that warm, cozy feeling. That's what we want them to feel like. Then it feels in alignment.
Nice, love that. And Karen, as actually her presentation will be released on Wednesday, day 3. So once again, emails go out every morning at 8 a.m. with the link to all the presentations and the gifts. And her gift is 7 boundaries to safeguard your energy. Tell us about that.
A quick one page with, if you're feeling like you need to say yes, but your body's screaming no, we've all been there, right? Where our body and our gut's like, no, 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 no. And we have that smile on our face. Sure, no problem, right? That's what happens. And so it's things like this. So if you're feeling that, then it's going to have a try this instead. Hit the pause button, say, let me get back to you on that. That's a boundary. Just that pause button and that step away. Give yourself some time to actually come up with what you'd really want to say. Check in with yourself. And so it's 7 examples of that. Super short, super easy. Because I think sometimes, especially, I grew up being the good girl, being told, Karen, just do as you're told. Be a good girl, do as you're told. And so my whole life, I didn't know what even to say. I had no idea. And so I want to give you the tools for what you can actually say, what you can actually do in these circumstances, because I'm about helping people with the how. How do I do this? Okay, I know I need to do boundaries, but how? And so that's what I wanted to share, is just that quick one pager. How do you actually set these boundaries?
Great, thank you. And then we have
Absolutely.
Christina. Her presentation is gonna air on day 4, so that'll be Thursday, and she's gonna talk about the secret weight loss strategy you've been ignoring. How you eat matters. Welcome, Christina.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll go into your gift.
Sure. So my name is Christina McClurkin. I actually live in upstate New York. My original entry into healthcare was as a physical therapist, and I worked in inpatient. I loved hospitals, loved the medical aspect of everything. I worked in rehabs and eventually in long-term care, where I worked with geriatrics. And as a child of the 80s, I also grew up in diet culture. So it was these kind of meshes of background that brought me to where I am today, where I practice functional nutrition with the goal of bringing together weight loss and optimal health for women that have struggled with years of failed dieting. And having worked in the healthcare system myself, I recognize that it is us who are helping others with their health that are usually leaving ours on the back burner most often. And so one of the things that I'm really passionate about is that weight loss, because most women are coming to presentations like these or searching social media because that is the goal, physique change and weight loss, which is a wonderful goal. It's absolutely great to have aesthetic goals, but there's so many programs out there that do it at the risk of your metabolic health. And seeing what I saw when I was working in healthcare, what was coming down the road for us if we did not take care of ourselves. I don't want that for anyone. I decided I wanted to get in the more preventative end, and instead of practicing in sick care, practice in actual health care. But also, having been raised in diet culture and struggle with that myself, I literally saw some of my 90-year-old patients struggling with that in a nursing home that would, we'd offer them ice cream at lunch and they'd say, "No, thank you, sweetie, I'm watching my waist," at 90 years old in a nursing home. And it was very shocking to me as like, wow, if I don't do something about this now, right, this could be me too. Not only could I age and lose health, I could lose quality of life and experiences. And I didn't want that. So that's kind of what led me here today. And I have developed my own approach to nutrition and weight loss that is very holistic. We look at, yes, nutrition, but movement, sleep, stress, gut health, mindset, all of the things all of these wonderful practitioners are here talking about. And so it's a way to actually enhance metabolic health at the same time as improving your metabolism for that kind of body that you're wanting right now as well.
Great. And Christina's gift is 5 no-nonsense weight loss secrets. Tell us about that.
Yeah. And I say secrets because there's nothing that's a secret anymore, right? Like women, we don't need a secret. We don't need any more information. We have implementation problems, as has been taught here quite often. So I wanted to really break it down because the problem is there's a lot of misinformation out there as well. And especially for women, in their 40s, and it needs to be no nonsense, simple. I'm a kind of, let's just break it down to what you actually need to do, because there's a million things we could all be doing and we have about zero time to do all of that. So you got to eat anyway. What's the best way to eat, etc. So in my 5 no nonsense weight loss secrets, it's not magic, right? It's not something that it's like in 5 days you're going to, drop 30 pounds. It's if you do these habits consistently over time and just make them part of your lifestyle, you will more easily get to that goal and more enjoyably, and do it in a way that's also protecting your health at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. So, in case you guys didn't notice, those who are, by the way, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or post them in the chat as well. As each day is a theme, okay, based on the presentation topics. So, today's theme is energy reset and recharge. Day 2, tomorrow, it's balanced hormones and better life. Day 3 is all about healthy habits that stick. And day 4 is mindset, meals, and motivation. And day 5 is next level health strategies. So the presentations are going to be geared toward that theme as well. And there's also extra gifts. We have some gift contributors who aren't presenting, but they are giving a gift as well. So each day you might see one, you might see more than one. Once again, their gifts are based on the theme of the day as well. So any questions, post in the chats, or you raise your hand, or you feel free to unmute yourself. So I'm curious of anyone who wants to answer this. What is your morning ritual? What is your morning ritual? Anyone who wants to answer? I'll go. So my morning ritual is before I hop out of bed, I go through what I call the core 4. And then I pick one of those to focus on. So the core 4 is I choose to live a life of health and vitality. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I choose to be the predominant creator of my life. And I always forget the last one. Can't remember the last one, but I'll go through, actually have them on cards, and I'll read them, and then I'll choose one and be like, okay, so today I'm going to focus on this action. I'm going to do this action, because that proves to my unconscious mind that I am a woman of health, or that I am someone who does, that identity. So that's my morning ritual. When I start, before I even get out of bed, I have 2 cats, so I got to feed them. And then I rebound. I love to rebound. I'll do it from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just depending on, I don't follow any set like video. I'll just jump. I just jump and put my weighted vest on. And then I have to have protein in the morning. So after a rebound, I'll get, from me, because my body doesn't like a lot of volume of food in the morning, is I'll just do a protein drink, protein shake, either complete meal replacement or just protein as well. And then I kind of get to my day. I see Dr. Neha has her hand raised. Tell us, share with us.
Thank you. Thank you. My morning routine also starts in the bed. So, confirmation and connection with the universe or God or whatever you name this force beyond us. So, connecting, making my own prayers, thanking for a new opportunity, for a new day, for new beautiful day that just started, and I have a new possibility to do what my heart tells me to do. And then when I get up, first what I do is, beside that I going to the toilet, I brush my teeth. But this is not just brushing a teeth, because each tooth is connected with the root of your energy. So, like speaking with each of the tooths in your mouth, because each tooth is connected with the energy. For example, um, these two the first ones are connected with your kidney energy, and when you start to communicate with your kidney energy, everything started to renovate, because you are connecting with the origin. It's the same. I don't know whether um you read about Masayo Emoto. This was a Japan scientist who was researching um, how our thoughts and words have influence to the water, and the
Yeah.
same,
Yes.
yeah, the same influence also have our thoughts to our body. So in the morning, for example, pouring all my love to all my energy system in my body already rejuvenates myself. And I have a special not technique, but different things that I do with my tooth. And then I drink a special drink. It's like isotonic, but I do
Yeah.
it at my home. Not, I don't buy it, and because I really want to support my lymph flow
Yes.
in the body. And afterwards, I start different meditations. Usually, I do, or now I'm practicing a lot of mantras, chanting. And after chanting, I stimulate flow of lymph and flow of my blood in my body. And after I do all this, maybe if I feel some tensions, I also do some breath work. So I need a little more time for myself in the morning. But no worries in this. My gift that I give you, it's a short routine. I think it's about 15 to 20 minutes routine, but it gives you a really good fundament for your life. So when I finish with all this my routine, I usually dance or laugh, or that I bring movement in my body. And then I have breakfast. I follow Ayurveda. Ayurveda is
Yeah.
6,000 years old. Um, Natural traditional practice of healing. So I always have in mind, if this exists 6,000 years already,
Yes.
so they need to do something well. So I usually eat some carbohydrates in the morning, with maybe I add some seeds and some fruits, but this is really little. And the main course is for the in the middle of the day. So really little. I'm following also this intermediate fasting, so about 14, 15, 16 hours without food, that I enable my body to really regenerate.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Karen, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I love all of these. And,
Yes.
as you guys are saying it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing these things and I don't even realize I'm doing these things because I've been doing them for so long,
Yeah.
right? So my morning also starts in bed before I get out of bed. And I think that this is such a crucial part of, we hear all the time, like, don't grab your phone first thing in the
Yes.
morning. Don't get onto social media. Don't look at your email. And I think that that is such a crucial part and challenging for so many people, especially if your phone is your alarm, right? It's next to the bed. And I know that for so many of my clients, that's the first thing they do and they're off down the rabbit hole. But for me, before I grab my phone is I'm checking in with my body. I literally just lie there and I chat with my body and I'm like, hey body, how you doing today? Right. And I'll do like a body scan and I'll see where I feel those things that I was talking about before. Am I feeling drained? Is my mind going? Is my heart feeling heavy? Like what am I feeling in my body? Am I feeling tension somewhere? Am I feeling pain somewhere? What am I feeling? And so I'm just checking in with my body and saying, okay, and based on that feedback, then I say, okay, now I know where I need to focus today to top up that teapot. So if I'm in pain, I'm maybe going to take it easier today. I'm not going to push it. I'm going to take it easier. That's a boundary.
Yes.
Just saying it's okay for me to not push it if I'm in pain. Our body's communicating something with us when
Yes.
it's asking for attention. It's like a 3-year-old tugging at your pants. It's saying, hey, listen to me. And I truly believe if we can listen to those little tugs,
Yeah.
hopefully the pain is not going to escalate, and start to pay attention to that. So that's my first thing. The second thing is, especially during the week, I love to make my husband's lunch and breakfast for him and send him off for the day. That's something that I love to do.
Yeah.
That obviously is not focused on me, it's focused on him. But one thing that I do every day while I'm making coffee for him is I'm having a glass of 8 ounces of room temperature water with half of a lemon and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And I'm drinking that while I'm making him his coffee. That's the first thing that goes into my body, helping to clean out our kidneys and liver and lymph system from the detoxification that happens overnight in our body. So it's super quick, super easy. And even you might be saying, I don't always have lemons at home. Buy a glass bottle of organic lemon juice. Right? It's better than not doing it. If you're not familiar with apple cider vinegar, start small. Don't start at a tablespoon. Start small, because for some people it can make you feel a bit nauseous. Often that means that we just need to do a little bit of repairing of your gut health before it's ready to actually receive the apple cider vinegar. But and then the next thing for me is once my husband's off to work, I go out for a walk. I want sunlight. I want movement. I don't wear sunglasses. I want that sunlight in my eyes. There's science behind that too. And just absorbing that vitamin D first thing in the morning. I live in Seattle, Washington. It's not always sunny, but it's still sunlight. And so depending on what my body scan said first thing in the morning, it could be a 5-minute walk, literally around up and down the street. If I'm feeling energized, it's a 30-minute more intense walk. I might even walk to my gym, which is within walking distance. So it just depends on what that body scan information gave me as to how I respond to it. But those are the 3 things that I love to do first thing in the morning. Healthy breakfast, oatmeal, almond butter, blueberries. That's been my breakfast for over, 15 years. My body loves it. And I thrive on it. And that it energizes me. It's like a well-rounded meal, completely energizes me. So that's my morning routine. Super simple, nothing difficult. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Karen.
Absolutely.
And Karen Thompson, I do see your question. How long do we have to claim speaker gifts? You have 48 hours. So on each page, there'll be like a counter, a time, so you can see how much long that page will be accessed. And tomorrow, when the gift link, when the presentation links go out, that daily content, there'll also at the bottom be a link for the previous days, in case you didn't catch what that. And also the 8 p.m. email that will go out as well. Great question. Awesome. And she said, apple cider vinegar mentioned. Does anyone know, is there a hair regrowth thickening trick with apple cider vinegar plus baking soda or salt? Haven't heard of that.
I haven't heard of that one either, Pamela. I do know that apple cider vinegar has so many,
Benefits.
so many benefits. And I've read that, and especially dealing with the breast cancer community, many of my clients will use it for regrowth after chemotherapy and stuff like that. Again, it's dicey, especially after chemo, with whether your stomach tolerates it.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful, work with somebody to dose it correctly for you. Somebody like Christina, I'm sure is very well versed. Like, we want to be monitoring this.
Yes.
It's not going to work for everybody immediately. So be mindful. And that goes for any kind of supplementation, anything you are putting into your body, especially after something like chemotherapy, where it very intensely can affect your digestion system. Like, be mindful, do it with support. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Biotin, whether you take it in pill form or shots, great benefits with biotin. If it's whether it be because the whole COVID, some people lost their hair, and also perimenopause, women can start losing their hair. Biotin shots, or even just supplementing with biotin, you'll start to see little baby hairs come back out as well. Karen, I see your question, but I just want to get Christina. Christina, you said you could share your morning ritual, and I see you, Dr. Neha, too.
Yeah, this is, one of those simple rituals, obviously, because everybody that's listening here is like super busy. And I always say that I think it can be intimidating sometimes to hear the number of things that people do.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've been doing recently, and I've been having a lot of my clients do, because I'm a big on the mind, body, and energy piece, is just starting your day in what I call like thank you energy, right? Because it's very easy to wake up to the alarm and know that you got to do these things in the to-do list. So the first thing I do when I wake up and open my eyes is I just put a hand on my chest and a hand on my belly and I say, thank you. Thank you. And I literally just repeat the words, thank you, thank you, thank you, like 10 times. And it can be whether you want to say like, thank you for waking up today. Thank you for this comfy bed. Thank you for the, opportunity of today. You can start to put what you're doing to it if you want, or just repeating the word thank you. It just changes the trajectory of your day.
Yes.
And I'm big on habit stacking, meaning like, when I'm trying to get my clients to do things, it's like, what can we stack it on that you're already doing? Like, you're already waking up. So if we could just start by stacking it on that one thing, great. And same thing at the end of the night. I like my clients to do squared breathing, and that's the 2 times I'll have them start doing it, is in the morning and the night, because you're waking up and you're going to bed. So if we can just stack it on there. So of course, beyond that, I also drink my hot lemon water. I read, at least 5 or 10 minutes from a personal development book. And that's then I have kids. And so that's what I get in the morning. So for those that are busy, if you could just start your day in the energy of thank you for this day, or whatever you want to give for it, it does change the energy. As we know, our thoughts will create a hormonal cascade, and we can start our day in a stress response. Even if we don't pick up our phone, we can start it in a stress response by our thoughts. So that's one of the things that I
And the morning time in bed is such a great time to do that, because we haven't had all that going on.
Correct.
We had how many
Yes.
hours of like no thoughts,
Mhm.
nothing going on.
Yes.
So we're in a better, our brain state, our
Mhm.
waves are at a better point to accept all that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
Thank you for sharing. And Karen asked a question: is there a recommendation of how much apple cider vinegar to take per day? Love it in my salads. I have histamine intolerance, so vinegar, my body does not tolerate vinegar. So
Yeah, if you can, in my opinion, if you can tolerate it, and even as a salad dressing, that's great. We really want bitter foods. If you can have bitter foods with all of your meals, it actually helps stimulate to digestion. So some people like apple cider vinegar, squeezes of lemon, things like grapefruit, arugula, dandelion greens, like those. Or if you don't have any of that food or don't like it, even bitters, you can squeeze on your tongue and just, hold the drop there for a couple of minutes. It helps to stimulate digestion. But yeah, there's no limit. If you like it in your salad and you love using it as a dressing, then absolutely have it.
awesome. Dr. Neha, would you like to share?
I would like to go back to this baking soda or salt. I would
Okay.
suggest salt, because baking soda could be problematic from two reasons. First is because baking soda is a stimulator for fermentation and if your body, and not body but mostly digestive system is full of pathogenic microorganism, then you might have problems. And the second reason why I disadvise baking soda is that most of baking soda on the marketplace are um, mixed with aluminum, and this is a very toxic material. Yeah, so I would go with salt, and also with the salt, you need to be very careful because salts also have this special ingredient that prevents I don't know how it is English name, but that makes balls, you know, that it stays that it stays in powdered form. So this is usually prevented added, and also it's added iodium, and this is usually artificial one. So you need to be really careful what you are taking. And regarding apple vinegar, cider vinegar, for me it's as you said, Christina, it's very difficult to digest. I also went through many things in my life, and it's very difficult to digest. So what I would suggest, as also Karin said, it's lemon juice in the morning that stimulates actually cleaning of your liver.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, giving that little tidbit there about that. Thank you. Karen's asking the big question: how did you cure cancer naturally? Meaning you had zero chemo?
Yes, I had zero chemo. I was prescribed 10 cycles for 3 days of chemotherapy, 35 radiations, and 5 years of hormonal therapy. Because, as I said, according to Orthodox medicine, I had only 5% chances to survive because my genetic analysis show that I'm BRCA gene positive. And of course, all my female ancestors passed away for cancer. So what I did was awakening of my multidimensional intelligence. Each one of us is born with this intelligence, but we are not taught how to use it. What that means, actually, multidimensional intelligence awakening is connecting everything. That means body, emotions, so body, heart, mind, energy, and spirit. So everything, recognizing all the inherited patterns, scarcity, all the trauma responses. It's another expression too, but now I don't remember in English. So I was actually, of course, I did a lot of cleaning of my body. I went in 1 year and a half, I went through 5 detoxification processes that were ranging from Eastern and Western approach, so Ayurvedic approach, and also for some time also fasting and juicing and raw foods. But this was not so important. Then it was recognizing the patterns that I brought, inherited, and developed during my childhood, because my childhood was for me very stressful, and it was quite a tough tough task for me to actually to overcome. But what I would suggest to everyone, whatever challenge you go through, when I was diagnosed with the cancer, the first decision was that I want to um, celebrate life every single day. So dancing, singing, and laughing every single day, no matter how much time was left for me.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. So many great question, Karen. Thanks for asking. All right, so that is our time for today for the speaker Q&A panel. Thank you to the speakers for participating and coming today. Thank you for those of you who were here on live. This will be uploaded into the Facebook group later on today, and then also be in the Body Breakthrough Pack for those of you who upgraded your ticket to the All Access Pass. As well. That'll be all the Q&As will be uploaded by the end of the week. So to your health, we'll catch you tomorrow for day 2 of the Holistic Health and Weight Loss docuseries. Have a great day, everyone.